In this lesson, we're looking at straight line depreciation. So this is talking about depreciation being a loss in the value of something over time. So for instance, cars are a very good example of something that depreciates over time. And there are two methods to depreciate an item in two separate formulas. So in our first formula, we've got our straight line depreciation, which is S, which stands for our salvage value or the current value of the item. VO is the initial value of the asset, D is the amount of depreciation per period, and N is the number of periods. So it is the initial value minus the amount that it's depreciating by multiplied by how often it is depreciating. So if we look at our example, we've got a car that was purchased for $24,000 and depreciates by $1,800 each year. Using the straight line method of depreciation, find the value of the car after 3 years. So if we use our formula, S equals VO minus DN, we know that the initial value of the car, which is our VO, is $24,000, minus D for our depreciation, how much it's depreciating by, which is $1,800 per year, and then we've got for 3 years. So that tells us after 3 years, the amount that that car is worth is $18,600. The second example says, when to the nearest month will the car be worth half of its purchase price? So if we know that it cost $24,000, half of that purchase price is $12,000. So if we make that our S value, and we set the rest of it up exactly the same, it's $1,800, and then we have N for the number of periods. So we're trying to work out how long it will take. So we treat this like a normal equation. So we're going to minus 24,000 from both sides to keep it balanced, which gives us negative 12,000 equals negative 1,800 N. Now to find N, we would divide by negative 1,800 because it's multiplication. So that tells us N is 6.67, which if we then put that into years and months, we get 6 years and 8 months to the nearest year. So this would tell us it's roughly 6 2/3. So that's how we get down to our 8 months. And our last example, after how many months to the nearest month will the car have a $0 salvage value? So we set it up the same. For our salvage, it's going to be 0, and we put in exactly what we had before. So 24,000 minus our 1,800 N. Now, you might look at this and think, oh, hang on, I need a number here. We don't need to because 0 is technically a number. So we do the same thing. We minus our 24,000. So we end up with negative 24,000 equals negative 1,800 N. Like what we did above, we're going to divide by negative 1,800, which will tell us N is 13.3 repeating. And if we turn that into years and months, this becomes 4 months. So we're finding 1/3 of a year, that's 4 months. So we get 13 years and 4 months. But they ask it for exactly in months. So that would mean we're looking at 160 months in total.